Hi everybody, so today I'm going to be showing you these travel compression bags that I got. They are made by Embrace Travel, and these have actually ended up being quite helpful in quite a few different ways. So you can use these for more than just traveling. You can also use them to help you organize in your house, and I'm also really excited to take these with me on my next camping trip. They are very good at keeping out any moisture or any weather that might get to these. They're great for hiking and putting in your backpack. So I'm going to take it down and I'm going to show you everything I was able to fit into my luggage here, and I'm going to show you how to use them and everything you're going to want to know about them. So I've already used my travel bags and filled up my luggage here, and I'm going to show you how I did it. So I was actually able to fit quite a lot in here. So in this one, I put 2 blankets, and then I folded these up like this, and another one, and finally the last one. So this is all 4 bags that I had in that suitcase. Now when you get to your location, it's going to be very easy for you to get this stuff back out. So you just open up the zipper and all of the air is getting back inside. So I've had this stuff in here for about 3 days now, and I don't see any wrinkles like I thought might happen. So after you get your clothes out of the bag, it's very easy to put these away until you're ready to use them again. Just fold them up flat and put them in your suitcase until you're ready to pack and go home. So this is everything that I had inside of those bags, and that was in the suitcase back there. So there's 22 items of clothing that includes very thick sweaters like these 2, and there's jeans in there and dresses, and then there is 2 pretty big blankets that I had in there. So I definitely was able to fit a lot. So as you can see, this is everything in the bag that was in there before with the bag, so it actually can save quite a bit of space. So I had the 2 blankets on top, and then I've got 2 piles here. So what I am most excited about is the fact that this comes with 6 bags. So when I pack up my family for our vacations, there are 5 of us, and I can put my clothes in one bag, my husband's in another, and each of my 3 kids have their own bags, and we still have one left over for dirty clothes. So that is what I really think this is going to be so helpful with. When we get to our hotel, all I'm going to have to do is, I'll have each bag and know that it goes into their own drawer. And usually when we're at the hotel and we have our dirty clothes, I just don't know where to put them, and we end up bringing them back in grocery bags, or they always get mixed in with our regular clean clothes. So I really like that there's one that is for dirty clothes and that it's labeled dirty clothes. I really like that. So another great thing these can be used for is for making more space in your blanket closet. Now this is a king size blanket that I just rolled up, and if you can't tell, it's definitely made it smaller. Now I think that I could make this even smaller if I tried to put the vacuum on it. So even though these aren't meant to be used with a vacuum and they don't have that little vacuum seal on it, it would still be nice if I could use this with a vacuum. So I'm going to see how it works real quick. I'm just going to do it up here where the zipper is at. Sneak it in a little hole there. So I was definitely able to get this thinner and a lot more of the air out than I had before by using the vacuum. So you could do that with your clothing as well. Like if you were going on an airplane and you're paying for the space that you use, that would make it so you could get this stuff even smaller, even though that's not necessarily what it's made for. And remember, this is a king size blanket, so that would normally be much bigger. So if you haven't noticed, these bags are really big, and I love that. They are 19.75 by 27.5 inches. At the top here, they have a double zipper closure that keeps all of the air out. Each one comes with its own clip that is removable, and this is what you use to help you zipper it up. This is totally optional. You do not need this piece. You can just close it with your fingers. This just makes it a bit easier. I just bring one of these with us and leave the rest at home. That way, in case I were to lose one, I have the rest in a safe spot. The bag is actually made with a really nice plastic that seems very durable. You can tell the sides here have quite a bit of width before getting to the inside, which means that it's probably going to last a lot longer since, it would take a lot for this to bust open. And then down here at the bottom of the bag, this is where you roll the air out at, and it cannot come back inside. So what happens is air comes out of a small little opening down here somewhere, and see there's a seal here and a seal here. So the air can come back out of this, but when air is not being pushed out, it's laying flat. So it's creating like sort of a suction here, so the air cannot get back in. Pretty cool design. So I'm going to show you how this is done. Now this is one downside I found about the product is there are instructions here on the back of the box, but they just aren't clear enough about how to do it. Like for example, I can't tell in this picture which is the bottom and which is the top. So I figured it out by going online and watching some videos. And then after I knew exactly how it worked, it was very simple to do. So you're going to put your folded up items inside of the bag. And just go ahead and push any extra air that might be out at the end. It's not a big deal how much you get out. Just I notice it helps in the end process. Use your little white piece here to help you get it closed. And you're going to want to go across it 2 or 3 times just to make sure that it's fully sealed. So next what you're going to do is start rolling from this end. And now you can see the air is starting to fill up down here. And it's coming out down here at this end. So you can hear it. You can hear it coming out. You can lean on it to make it a little easier and get as much air out as you can. And then we've got all the air out of this now. So now we can fold this up and fit it much smaller than we would have before. So the harder you press on it and the more air you get out, the smaller it's going to be. Like I said, if you want it even smaller, you can do the vacuum and make it even smaller. But it's really nice because this doesn't require a vacuum. So when you're staying in a hotel and you don't necessarily have a vacuum, this is a great way to save some space and be able to organize at the same time. So I'm pretty happy with these bags. I think that they're going to be a pretty big help when we pack and go on trips. Not only can I organize all of our clothes into separate bags and have a place for the dirty ones, but I get to save a little bit of space while I'm at it. And I also really like the idea that when we're camping or doing any other outdoor activities, that we can put stuff in here without it getting wet. Even going to the beach, I can put our towels in there so they won't get wet before we're ready for them to be wet, and then have a place to put them when they're dirty, roll them up to save space and throw them in the beach bag. So there are just many different uses for these bags, and I personally have found them to be very helpful and I'm very happy with them. So for the downsides is there's not very good instructions, and I just don't think that you're gonna save 300% space like the product listing says. You do save some space, and also the thicker, cushier items like jackets and things like that will definitely save a lot more space than a regular shirt would. So maybe it's possible with those, but I definitely think it's worth the extra time to save that little bit of space and have the clothes organized. So I hope this video has given you a little better idea of what you can expect from these bags. Thank you so much for watching and have a great day.